Nexxlegacy.
Fenty Beauty by Rihanna was created with the promise of inclusion for everyone, with an unmatched offering of shades and colors for all skin tones. You'll never look elsewhere for your beauty staples. Danaya Azure Radio is now sponsored by Fenty Beauty. Browse their foundation line, lip colors, and so much more. All you have to do is go to www.danayaazure.com. That's www.danayaazure.com. And click on the link that says Nexxlegacy Fenty.
Nexxlegacy.
There we go. Yes. So welcome. This is Danaya Azure Radio, and I have the owner of the famous Sistah shop in the building, along with the phenomenal. Hey, Sidrika?
Yes.
Hey, got it right. I like it when I get the name right in the first try. Yes. And this phenomenal Sidrika is here with us as well. She is one of the phenomenal vendors in the 100 women black owned brands in the Sistah shop. So welcome, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So Aisha, so how did this whole concept even come to be?
Again, thank you for having us. The Sistah Shop is part of our larger brand called the Sisters in Business Expo, where we host expos around the country for Black women entrepreneurs. We've been doing that since 2018. And then when 2020 happened, the year that shall not be named, we, like many others, were just trying to figure out how we would pivot so that we could continue to, serve our audience. And that is really how the Sistah Shop was birthed. And so, we made it through 2020. We did, virtual expos and things like that. But then when 2021 started to come around and the pandemic was still lingering, we wanted to find a way to still provide a platform for our sisters in business to showcase their products and services. And so that is how we came upon the Sistah Shop. It really just was nothing that we ever planned, but definitely was part of God's plan and completely changed the trajectory of our brand. And we did, eventually go back to our expos, but now the Sistah Shop is a staple in our brand.
So what made you decide to have so many brands in one store?
I didn't. It was really just based on the need and the response that we've received, over the years. When we opened our first store, we had 45 brands on the shelves, and that was really just because we had to cut it off so that we could actually get open. But we always have kept a waiting list of hundreds who want to be in the store. Even now, we kind of have landed around 100, and it's really a little over 100, but it's just because of the space that we have, to accommodate. Most of our stores have usually been fairly large spaces, and so we've been able to accommodate around that that number of brands to keep the store full, but then also, to take as many as we could off of the waiting list. So that's kind of how we got there.
How do you choose the brands that are part of this amazing product?
Yes. So we have an application process on our website where brands who are interested apply, and we review them, and we look at certain things like that their branding, their marketing, their product quality, things like that. And we make selections based on where we have a need or what might add value to the store, and then they kind of go through our onboarding process.
I love it. So what made you decide to? So I was talking to Sidrika because she came on a little bit earlier, and she was talking about all the amazing things that she's doing with her brand. So what made you decide to choose her brand?
So Cedrica's been with us for a while. She has some really great products that I love. And we've been doing retail now for over 3 years, and so we generally have a pretty good idea of what will do well and what may not, even though sometimes we're not always right. But when we saw her brand, it was definitely something that we wanted to include because she offered many things that we did not have, and some very unique pieces. And so that's always what we're looking for. We're looking for things that have a niche or that add a different component to what we already have in the store. And so many of the things that she carries, most of the time she's the only person in that category that might be carrying that type of thing. So, we love having her as part of the family.
Thank you.
Yes. So,
Mhm.
so you could go ahead and tell the people what you do and what brands you offer.
Hello, happy Tuesday, everyone. My name is Cedrica, and thank you for having us today here. Danaya, I really appreciate this opportunity, and you too, Miss Aisha. Thank you for supporting my business and having us in the sister shops. The Welcome Society is a brand that has items that offer posh protection. So we offer in the sister shops, we have our concealed carry bags, which offer the ability for you to carry not only your protective device, but you can also carry personal items in the rear compartment of our bag, which is a locking mechanism because we want to protect tiny hands and sticky fingers from having access to that compartment that holds valuables or protective device. We also sell our incense and our sage kits as well at the sister shops. And we have a line of eyewear that is actually on our online site. And we also are moving into the which will be the Welkin Armory, which will offer firearms for women. They are going to be firearms that are ease of use, as well as offering education and things of that nature in that realm of the Welkin Armory side of the Welkin Society. So we have a variety of products, but our products are basically to help the community and help women to have a safe space.
Awesome, awesome. So, Aisha, so when it comes to the sister shop, what are some of the brands that you offer?
Oh, well, we have again over 100 brands, so there are many. The types of products that we offer are everything from clothing and accessories, skincare, hair care, home goods, arts, crafts, decor, books, and more is what we generally say. So literally a one-stop shop where you can get just about anything that you might need for your own personal lifestyle or for gifts. We're a great gift shop. People love to come in and grab gifts for themselves or for family members and friends on various occasions. But we really have a really holistic, a collective of items that can meet different points of your needs and also for the entire family. So we have things for children, men and women at the sister shop.
What has been one of the most memorable moments that you can remember regarding some of the vendors that you work with?
Oh, it's always exciting to see the vendor's reaction, and expression of excitement when they see their products on the shelves. So that always gives me so much joy, when they walk in and they're like, "Oh my God, there are my products," or even sometimes their family members or their friends may come in and be like, "Oh my God, that's my sister's brand or my cousin's brand." Like it's just this sense of pride
Right.
that we always are grateful to see because that's why we do this work so that we can give our sisters a space where they might not otherwise get it or have access to it, where they can see the progress and the hard work they've been doing to build their businesses.
Absolutely. I was pulling up real quick. There's a company called Mohawk Mama Soul Care. Can
Hmm.
you talk about that real quick?
Yeah, Mohawk Mama Soul Care. She has different types of like gift items and stationary items. In the sister shop, we carry her very unique gift bags and dinner napkin sets that have beautiful artwork of Black women.
Now, the reason I brought that up is because I saw a post on your Instagram that was just so beautiful, where she was talking about her experience working with you
Mhm.
and what it meant,
Mhm.
because she's neurodivergent.
Mhm.
And so, for those people that don't understand that, that's someone that has sensory issues. And so she was talking about how, you know, how she felt working with you all.
Mm.
And for me, it was heartwarming to see that you have such a diverse group of women that you're working with, and the fact that you are literally changing women's lives and helping them to feel comfortable and feel seen. And I think that's the biggest thing for me, was the fact that you understand what it means to be a black woman and to need uh, to feel seen. Because often the issue that we have is that we don't want to be too loud, don't want to be too angry or whatever, right? But the fact that you allow people to just be themselves makes this such an incredible
Yeah.
opportunity for someone.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for that. Yeah, we've always tried to, have a diverse group of, entrepreneurs that are in the store. And so, sometimes people think, okay, well, the diversity stops at being, a group of Black women, but that's not the case, because even amongst us, we are all still so different, so varied, and so unique. And so we have all age ranges, we have, different sexual orientations, we have different areas of expertise in representation. And then we have, like, Angie with Mohawk Mama, those that might have what is considered special needs, or, neurodivergent, lifestyles and things like that. So we are always going to be an inclusive space for Black women entrepreneurs, to be seen and heard, and to feel welcomed, and know that, whatever their differences might be, that at the Sister Shop, we are all the same. We are all Black women who are trying to grow our businesses, and we're doing it in community.
Absolutely. So I got connected to you because I saw that you were featured on Pinky Cole's um, project when she
Hmm.
is like with the group economics.
Hmm.
And so talk about how you got to be a part of that.
The will of God. Every amazing thing that has come our way has been God's, favor on us and on our business. And so, like she, has done in the past, she, put out there that she was looking for a business to select to, help, stay in business. And, many people nominated us, mentioned us, tagged us, and we were grateful to have been selected.
So explain for those who don't know what the group economics project is.
So it's basically an experiment that she does, where she rallies, her audience to support a particular brand who may be going through a challenging time, or need some support, to all shop with that brand, to help them stay in business.
So explain what the experience has been since being a part of that.
It's been great. We continue to work every day to stay in business. Really, any small business has to. You don't really get many days off, because it's a constant grind, right? To stay relevant, to stay at the forefront, to continue to generate and increase sales, and marketing, and all the things. So of course, it was a great boost that allowed more people to learn about us, just like you did. But we still have to continue to do the work. So we're just grateful for that spotlight that we received, and now it just pushes us to keep striving forward.
Definitely, definitely. So, Sajika, when it comes to your product, especially when it comes to the conceal and carry bags, and now you offer lessons as well, what made you decide to get into that specific field?
I got into the field because there were a lot of accidental shootings that were happening with the small children. A lot of the children were taking the guns out of their mom's handbags and taking them into school, and still, if we're still having it happen. And the consensus among the 2A community, which is the carrying community, was there was no bag that was attractive enough for them to feel like they wanted to put their firearm in there. So they said they just threw it in the bottom of whatever purse that they enjoy carrying. And so I wanted to be the change, which means that I came up with some designs that I felt were more fashionable and more attractive, but also I added a locking compartment on the back of the bag. So there's a holster on the inside that's removable, but there's also locks that have a key so that if you're not using the firearm and or you have small children around, you just lock it and they can't get into the bag. So I wanted to be the change. So I developed a product that I felt was in line with fashion of today for people to be more open to utilizing that to carry their firearms.
So, what is it like to be an African American woman in this industry when it comes to firearms?
It is very interesting because as FFL, which are people that are allowed to sell firearms, we're not many in that community. There are not a lot of us at all. Also, there's not a lot of women, and so that also is a thing because when I do a lot of the firearm shows, the things that are made available are more men geared, and that is another area where I wanted to be the change. You know, you see women because a lot of women are strong, of course, and they'll say, "Oh, well, there is no man or woman firearm; they're just firearms." I'm like, no, no, there are firearms that are women friendly, and there are firearms that are more friendly for people that have arthritis or that have issues with, loading and things like that. They're tools and things that are available, but they're not widely shared, and so. That is where I come in and I want to be the change. Like all people don't know that all guns don't come with safeties. They just assume that all guns have safeties, which they don't. So
Mm,
they may buy something and assume that it has a safety, and a child gets hold of it, and they're like, "Well, I don't know what happened. Guns have safeties." It's like, no, not all guns have safeties. So
mm,
there's a lot of education that needs to happen because you have a lot of men, they'll just buy the gun and give it to the wife or girlfriend and say, "Here,"
right.
and you just need this, and they're looking at it like, what am I supposed to do with this? Like, okay, I need it, and just throw it in the purse. Some people forget it's in there, and they're in the
Yep.
car and they're
Mm,
reaching for their phone because of course they put the firearm in the purse
that
instead
part
of
is
like
right.
mine is on the outside so that if somebody digs in the purse and they dig in it and they're looking for their phone, well, the firearm is flat too, and they can shoot the person next to them in the car because gun didn't have a safety, it was flat. So it's so many things. um with COVID, there was a rise in carriers, like millions of new carriers, but there's no, especially in Georgia and a lot of places, there's no requirement for classes. You just can go and get it and move on with your life. And
Right.
so there was a lot of people that just got it just because it made them feel safe versus getting it and actually learning what to do with it. So I also, even for me, I was one of those people who's like, oh, I don't think I need that. But then you learn, like, you may not need to have it, but you need to know how to use it. Because if you're in a situation and you're fighting for your life and it falls on the ground, you can't put your hands and say, oh, that's not going to work. You need to know
No.
how to pick it up and utilize it. So I tell a lot of people, I get that you're not wanting to own it, and that's okay. You don't have to own it, but you do need to know what to do if you're in a situation where you're trying to save your life. And that's where I want to be that change. Not making people feel any kind of way for not owning, but making them aware that you don't have to own to know what to do.
No, definitely. And it's interesting he talked about um, that woman would sit in there and have the firearm in their purse and not realize it and then pull it out thinking it's their phone and, potentially harm someone else. Like, I never even thought about that.
Yeah, because they're people think that a lot of firearms are bulky, but the smaller they are, the more compact they are, the flatter they are. So, and like I said, with them all not coming with safeties or people not knowing to put the safety on, they just throw it in the purse and, it's loaded and ready, you know? So it's just so much education in our community that we need to have as far as firearms are concerned. and we've got to start because the kids are just these little kids, they don't make kids like they used to. Now kids,
Yeah.
they go in whatever they feel like, they have freedom. They feel like they have this freedom that we kids of old never knew. Like I still don't go on my mom's purse. But these kids, they go looking
Right.
for candy and phones, and they put their hands in there and pull out a plum and hurt themselves and others.
Right.
And it's not on purpose. Just as kids don't realize a lot of times that death is final. They just think that it's like on TV, like the person will just get back up, and they don't understand. They're way more exposed than what we were growing up, and
Yes.
I feel like people need to be mindful of that. A lot of people tell me all the time, well, I don't have any kids. And I'm like, well, it's really not about your kids. It's about kids that are in the environment that you're in. These
Hmm.
kids don't have that level of understanding that you don't touch adult things a lot of times, and they do
Yes.
whatever they want to do. So we gotta do better as a people as far as that's concerned.
Absolutely. So, Aisha, what is one piece of advice that you can give to someone who's looking to start a business?
Well, I think that, first you have to kind of make a decision, if it's something that you want to be serious about, right? Like, do you really want to start a business? Or do you just have a hobby that you like, right? Because
Mm.
there's a big difference, and I think a lot of people kind of confuse the two because starting a real business takes real work. And real consistency and dedication. And so, once you make that decision, and if you do say, yes, I really want to start a business, then you just have to be prepared for the ups and downs of that. I never try to sugarcoat being an entrepreneur because many people do. And then when you get in it, you find out, oh, wait, this is not all I thought it was going to be. It's actually pretty hard. I would, there are some days that I would take a 9 to 5 in a heartbeat because I never had to worry about when my check was going to come. And I had days off that I could take and actually get paid for them. Like that was a whole thing. Right. So,
Right.
I think that it's something that you just have to really be, committed to and always remember your why. What is it that motivated you? Why did you start,
Mm.
the business so that that keeps you grounded and focused even on your difficult days so that you don't quit.
I think that that last piece you said, always remember your why. That
Hmm.
is so important because there are so many different challenges that come with being a business owner. And you have to think about what was I thinking? I'm not sure I want to do this. But then when you remember the why am I doing this? When you remember the times when you were at work and you were just you're looking at the clock because you just want to get out of there because you're not comfortable and you're just over it. And you're like, okay, wait. So I was doing all this and still not making enough money. And I was frustrated and I didn't like these people. But now, okay, I might not be making the money that I want to make right now, but that's gonna come. And I'm happy because I'm doing what I love and I'm helping people and I'm changing lives. I think that's the biggest thing that people uh, kind of get confused. Is like it's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do what I want. It's like, no, that's not how that works. But you are able to grow and thrive on your own terms. However, you still have to push yourself. I think that's the biggest thing that people don't understand. You still have to push yourself. It's not like, yep, I'm gonna just sit back. No, after 9 to 5, you now have a 24/7, especially when it comes to social media, because it's not just the business. It's the promotion. It's the making sure like you if y'all not follow this is the shop. It's y'all make sure y'all do because they go live consistently, right? So it's the making sure that you're engaging with the public. It's more than just the business now, for sure. So, what are some of the events that you have coming up this year?
So we have our Southeast Sisters in Business Expo pitch competition and holiday market happening on Saturday, December 7th in the Atlanta area, where this is our annual, large scale expo where we bring together vendors, speakers, panelists, entertainment, all for this, these high impact days of, information, education, and inspiration, all to help our sisters in business and those who are aspiring sisters in business, learn and grow and connect. And so we're really excited. This is our seventh year, and we are really looking forward to it.
So talk about your pitch competition and how all that came to be.
Really, we got tired of waiting for people to give our sisters funding, and so we decided to do it ourselves. And so our pitch competition grants run through our nonprofit entity, the Sisters in Business Foundation, and we host pitch competitions where sisters get to, pitch their brands, and we have a panel of judges, and those who win, get cash grants for their businesses, and so it's very high energy, very exciting experiences, and also just important that sisters learn and get comfortable with pitching. So we also teach and train those who made it to be finalists on how to perfect their pitches.
Awesome. So when everything is said and done, what do you want your legacy to be?
I would say, that I want my legacy to be that I created something that made a difference, that left an impact, and that helped Black women entrepreneurs, receive access and opportunities, and have a space where they could, start, grow, or scale their businesses successfully. I want my legacy to be that I, operated with integrity and with a great deal of care and concern, trying to provide high quality experiences and opportunities for our sisters, and that I gave it my all.
Absolutely. So, Jika, same question. What do you want your legacy to be?
I would like for my legacy to be one of a person that saw a need and created the change that needed to be had in an environment where we did not have a footprint. As far as uh, the concealed carry environment, we don't have a footprint, and I feel that we as consumers need to have a space where we are seen and is acknowledged the fact that we are participating in that environment as well. I also want to be a person that is looked at as a trailblazer in that aspect, that decided that we were tired of what was available and we are going against the grain and creating a new era and tastefully tactical gear and things that we can all use as not only the people that are not business savvy, but also the people that are business savvy, like that need an everyday option. So that is what I'm here to do, to create that tastefully tactical option.
I love it. I absolutely love it. Ladies, you guys are amazing. I am super excited to see how the Sister Shop is going to thrive even more in 2025. Y'all are going to have an incredible holiday season, no question. So I should go ahead and tell everybody where they can find you, follow you, and most importantly, book you.
Yeah, sure. You can follow us on social media. On Instagram, we're at SIB Expo, which stands for Sisters in Business Expo, or the Sister Shop ATL. And my personal page is SIB Founder, and there are links in all of the bios for you to connect with us. Also, our website is thesistahshop.com, and Sister is spelled SISTAH on all platforms. So thesistahshop.com or sibexpo.us.
Awesome. So if you could tell everyone where they can find you, follow you, and most importantly, book you.
You can find us on all social media platforms at the Welkin Society. That's Welkin, WELKIN Society. You can also find our links in Instagram, in the links area as well for our businesses for the website. And the website is www.thewelkinsociety.com. And you can book us on Instagram.
Thank you both for coming on and taking the time out of your incredibly busy day to be with us and share your amazing businesses.
Awesome. Thanks for having us.
Yes, thank you so much for
Absolutely.
having us and the opportunity. Thank you.
Yes, yes. And continue to express what makes you unique. Bye.
Bye.
Darling, I just can't believe my eyes. Loving you has been a sweet surprise. When you're next to me, I just can't think of nothing else. I'm thanking God for the day you say you love my way. You make it so much better. You make it feel alright. You when we're together, feeling divine by my side. Yeah. So baby, stay with me. All I need from you, stay with me. Baby, won't you please stay with me? I need you to stay, don't walk away. Can't be replaced, baby, just stay. Never thought that I deserved, never thought I had the chance to finally lay down all this armor and have someone I can depend on. When I found you, when I found you, boy, you eased all my doubts, and now I can't live without you. Make it so much better. You make it feel alright. You, darling, when we're together, feels divine by my side. Stay with me. Stay with me. Stay with me. Nexxlegacy.
Are you searching for the perfect gift? Or do you just need a unique statement piece for yourself? Well, either way, Danaya is your help you out. What you need is the S4S jewelry collection by Danaya Designs for You. S4S stands for strictly for a stage. Stand out at your next photo or video shoot. Snag that magazine cover. Go from being a part-time extra to an actor or actress who stays booked. Or just be the talk of the town at every event. Danaya Designs for You jewelry is handcrafted and Chicago made for men, women, and children. To start your collection, simply go to www.danayaazure.com. That's www.danayaazure.com. That's www.danayaazure.com.
Nexxlegacy. Nexxlegacy.
Hey, what's up? It's Danaya Azure, host and producer of Danaya Azure Radio, powered by Nexxlegacy. Do you love hearing amazing interviews from independent talent, artists, entrepreneurs from all over the world. What about Nexxlegacy Honors, where we give flowers to your favorite musical icons every week, playing their music for 2 hours in the morning and 2 hours in the evening? And what about a brand new segment, TikTok Viral, where you get to hear the hottest records from the newest artists on TikTok? And you can only get that here on Danaya Azure Radio, powered by Nexxlegacy. If you like all of that for 24 hours every Thursday, I need you to do one thing for me. Go ahead and go to www.danayaazure.com and click on that support/invest tab. That's www.danayaazure.com/invest. Let's keep the party going.
Nexxlegacy.